Hey guys, Sean here. So I actually found this TV the other day just in front of somebody's house. They were just getting rid of it, and I did a double take as I was driving by, and I immediately turned around and put it in my car and took it home. It's a Daewoo. It's a 20-inch Daewoo. I looked it up. It's a let's see here. It's a DT20U4SC. If that means anything to anybody. The screen is very flat, so it's not one of those kind that's like CRTs is like curved glass. It's very flat. I believe it's from 1997, but I could be wrong. What's really nice about it is that it actually has component and S-video. Right now I have the N64 just connected through composite or RCA, but I did just pick up this S-video cable. It's designed for N64, GameCube, and SNES, I guess. So I'm excited to try it and see the difference. The quality is actually pretty good so far. Here you can see there's some text on screen here. I'll swap out the cable and we can see what the difference looks like. Let's see what the startup screen looks like here. I'll get nice and close so you guys can see it, particularly when the Zelda logo appears. You know, people always talk about how nice and crisp their scan lines are. Alright, so there it is, The Legend of Zelda. It looks pretty good, but supposedly this can look a lot better. So let's go ahead and open this. And let's see if I can do this one-handed. Alright, 1 second here. Alright, so here's the S-video cable, and I'm going to go ahead and back here, there's a little Cubone skull I 3D printed. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and unplug this cable here. Just unplug this. So it goes like this. Back into the N64. Okay, so now let's see if there's an actual quality difference here. Actually, I can already tell that's very sharp. Very nice and crisp. Okay. Here it comes. Oh, wow, it's so incredibly noticeable. I don't know if you can tell on camera, I hope you can, but that quality is just so sharp. Try and stop down the aperture a little bit so you can, so it's more in focus. Alright, let's go into the game again. So there is some text. And I was on the pause menu before, and we were looking at the return and save area here. Wow, that's such a huge difference. Like, I can't believe it. Oh yeah, this is so much better. Alright, so now I have my sword. I just need to collect, is it 30 rupees? Something like that. Alright, we can finally go to the Great Deku Tree. Deku Sticks. I don't know if you guys know, but this is one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely love the Legend of Zelda series. I know like Breath of the Wild is like obviously way better of a game, but I have so much nostalgia for Ocarina of Time, and like I never get tired of picking it up and playing it again. So yeah. And the way that I'm filming the CRT, I'm shooting on a Panasonic GH4 that has something called Synchro Scan. So it allows me to adjust the shutter speed of the camera, because it has a digital shutter, to any shutter speed I want. So right now I'm shooting at 59.7, which I don't think is absolutely perfect. I tried 59.9, and I just tried a few different ones, and this was about as close as I could get it without seeing any like slow like lines appearing on the screen. So I think the refresh rate and the shutter speed of the camera is pretty much in sync right now. If not, it's such incredibly tiny difference that you don't even notice it. But yeah, so far I think this S-video cable is gonna work out really, really well. Yeah, if you guys don't have a CRT, they are really, really fun for retro gaming. You can see the scan lines here. Those are so nice. And okay, so the reason that you want to play on a CRT versus like a modern TV with like an emulator or something is that the way that these games were designed, like you look at this Deku stick here, and that 3, when they were designing that 3, they knew that the pixels were going to be kind of rounded on like because they were going to be displayed on a CRT television or monitor. So a lot of design elements that went into the game were specifically, the designers had this type of display in mind. And sure, you can make it look nice and crisp. Like if you looked at this on in an emulator, actually let's go look at that on an emulator really quick. Alright, so I just set it up over here, and you can see how nice and crisp it looks. So let's try and see if we can get into the game. It's going to take a little bit of time here, so give me a second. I'll jump ahead. So it's kind of weird. It's like, the best way I can describe it is, a good analogy is Minecraft, where you see sometimes people install these incredibly high resolution texture packs, and it's like the actual 3D models themselves aren't any higher quality. So it just kind of looks bad to me, because you start to notice the edges more, you know? When it's a lower resolution texture, it kind of just blends in better. And some of these textures are low resolution, and they're not pixel perfect, but you can see like Link here, he looks more kind of like PlayStation graphics to me, rather than N64. Okay, that took me a minute because I was playing with a keyboard, but yeah, okay, so to refresh your memory, here's what this Deku stick looks like on an actual CRT with a legitimate console. And here is what it looks like on an LCD monitor. Sorry, there we go. It's an LCD monitor running in an emulator. So one big difference, you can see that the 3 is a lot sharper. Normally on a 3 you want it to look kind of rounded, and they used the advantage of the rounded pixels on a CRT to their advantage. You can also see that the Deku stick doesn't have any scan lines. I mean, nothing has scan lines. So it's more filled in, which kind of increases the brightness. So when you look over here, this Deku stick looks quite a bit different, because of the scan lines. And anyway, it's just one of those things that, sure, you can have a lot of fun playing on an emulator, but there's just something extra special about playing on a CRT because that's exactly how it's supposed to look. It's not supposed to look that sharp and crisp. That is installing super high resolution textures in Minecraft, whereas this is the default textures of Minecraft, you know? So I didn't mean to ramble about all of that for so long, but anyway, I just wanted to share this TV I found with you guys, and just a nice relaxing way to play some games in my bed now. So that's all for this one, you guys. Let's see, what else do I have going on here? Here's a DMG that I'm fixing up. My cousin gave me this like a UV light for curing like nail polish stuff, and I've been retrobrighting this one, and it's turning out pretty good. I have a video coming out about that soon. Sorry for my mess of food here. This is a like a Smt Rework Station, just hot air. This will be really good for removing chips from, you know, circuit boards or soldering boards. Yeah, here's my little tower of tools. Let's see, here's a couple 3-inch the Benven 3-inch DMG screens installed in DMGs. There's another video about that coming out. Here is my shelf. So yeah, anyway, I'll do maybe a proper room tour in a separate video or something, but yeah, I just wanted to share the TV with you guys. So yeah, I guess that's it for this one, you guys. I will see you guys next time.